Prince Andrew's armed royal protection cops are being replaced by private security officers who are only allowed to carry tasers. And it is believed King Charles may personally foot the bill for his brother's new team of bodyguards. It comes after The Sun on Sunday revealed last month the Duke of York, 62, was writing to Home Office ministers complaining at losing his taxpayer-funded police gun cops. He wanted the government to continue to pick up the estimated £3 million a year bill even though he no longer has an official public role. It comes almost a year after the scandal-hit Duke was stripped of all royal roles and public duties in disgrace by the Queen due to his Virginia Giuffre alleged sex abuse case settlement whilst denying liability. Buckingham Palace refused to say whether the king would fund his brother's private guards, mostly ex-Met cops, and use his £24 million a year Duchy of Lancaster income. Read more on Prince Andrew. Mistletoe and wine. Fergie to receive first royal Christmas invite in 30 years after toe scandal. Since shame Queen's unexpected response at hearing of Prince Andrew abuse allegations. They also refuse to comment on security matters but face fresh calls to be more open on how taxpayers fund royal family protection. Andrew is flush with cash after this week finally selling his £19 million Swiss chalet following 2 years of legal wrangling, but his pals are refusing to say if he has reached into his own pocket. The disgraced Duke's deal comes as Prince Harry is suing the Home Office saying it was unfair and illegal to remove his armed guards when he and Meghan quit royal duty to live in the USA. Norman Baker, former Home Office minister and Privy Council member, said, "Armed protection has always been a status symbol for the likes of Prince Andrew." Most read in The Sun. Sad for it. Noel Gallagher divorcing wife Sarah and split could spark Oasis reunion with Liam. Deadly attack. Dog walker mauled to death when 8 pets turned on her like small wolves. Taking over. How Albanian gangs are ruling across UK, but there's one city they can't touch. Then in action. Daniela Westbrook works up a sweat on a run in tiny crop top and hot pants. Of course he should pay it himself and not burden the taxpayer because he is a private individual and carries out no public duties. People like David Beckham pay for their own security, so why shouldn't Prince Andrew? But there needs to be more accountability on who and how security is being paid overall. We should know who is paying and how much. I would bet that the taxpayer will end up paying for this indirectly anyway. I would imagine the king could put it through the Duchy of Lancaster, then be able to say it is expenses incurred as part of his duties and offset it against tax. We shouldn't pay for Andrew's or Harry's security or any member of the royal family that carries out no public duties. An insider said, Andrew is no longer a working royal and carries out 0 royal duties, so there is no automatic right that the British people should pay for armed protection. He is still a high-profile person and would be no doubt a security target. But there is no longer any justification for taxpayers to carry the cost of armed police. He has been demoted by the royal family and as a result his security is downgraded. It is a shattering blow to his ego. Made worse by fact if he cannot afford it he'd be cap in hand begging for money from his older brother. Shattering blow. The protection is similar to what was offered to his daughters Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie, who are also not working royals. The siblings were given private security but the tab was paid for by the royal family. Andrew has carried out 0 charity work or employment and insiders say he spends his time riding his horses, watching telly or playing golf. Attempts to forge a new rule have failed but he was handed an all-expenses-paid trip to Bahrain last month by friends in the Bahraini royal family. Andy has suffered a string of security incidents in recent years and is consistently ranked by the public as the least popular member of the royal family. An intruder who said she was called Irene Windsor talked her way past guards and spent around 20 minutes walking around Royal Lodge grounds last April before being arrested. Weeks later 2 more intruders were arrested after scaling the fence to his home, and a year ago cops arrested a woman who banged the window of Andrew's Range Rover on Windsor's Long Walk. And on Christmas Day last year cops swooped on a man brandishing a crossbow at Windsor Castle where Andrew was with the Queen. Read more on The Sun. Potluck. I'm a world's best boss, I gave employee half my lottery jackpot for helping me. Hear that? Shoppers go wild for home bargains. Shampoo that's £10 cheaper than elsewhere. A spokesman for the Duke of York did not want to comment. A spokesman for Buckingham Palace said they do not comment on private security and refuse to answer any more questions.